Tell me when to record.
Can you see over it?
Yep.
Okay. You can go ahead.
Start now.
Okay, we got two of them up and going. Okay, just deal with us 1 minute here, people. Go ahead and grab some popcorn, get some water, or whatever the hell you want to drink. It don't matter, okay, to me. But remember, tonight I'm going to tell you about drugs. I wanted some. Just remember that. I want you to chew on that for a minute while I get this shit going. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, I think your shit sucks. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Trying to go live on Facebook is like freaking bullshit. I go live on it. I mean, you guys all want to outlaw TikTok. Why do you want to outlaw TikTok? Because we can tell the truth? Uh-huh.
Well, you got.
I will get political on TikTok. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because if you guys think Bidenomics is working, you guys have got your damn sand in your head in the sand. Okay? What Biden has done to America is increase drug addiction and drug overdoses by at least 75%. I don't know the exact number, but I'm saying at least 75%. And the number of one every 22 minutes is bullshit. It's one every 11 minutes. Okay, that's how bad it's got just since Jelly Roll has talked. Okay, so keep that in mind while we get back. Jill, go ahead and try to get this one up. I'm trying to get Facebook up.
You got farther than I did last time.
So right at this very second, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook. I mean, Zuckerberg. Bam, bam. Okay. But here we are. Okay. This goes out to my buddy Jeff. This is for him. He's disabled. Absolute warrior. He lost most of his hand. He's like the bionic man. Okay, guys. We're coming up on that magic minute of 5 minutes, and we will actually start talking. And I really want everybody to join. Rich, I see you joined. 007, you joined. Larry, I mean, David. Tonight, we're going to talk about some killer shit. I mean, seriously. And I want people to chime in. And if I hurt your feelings, I'm going to tell you right now, I really ain't sorry. Okay, because you must have needed to hear it from somebody. So it might as well be me since I'm an ornery old son of a bitch. Okay. But I am a buffled son of a bitch. It's FAFO. I look for that every day. Okay. But hey, we're going to try to get Facebook up and going. Hopefully we can. If we can't, then go ahead and do it off of here, Jill. See if you can get it off the deck.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get this other one up and going. Just give us a couple seconds. We try to get out to the whole audience here because I think everybody needs to hear it. Zuckerberg usually shuts me down anyhow. He don't like the truth. That guy hates the freaking truth, man. But hey, just, you know, I did want to point out something here. For all of you people out there, it's got 401ks. Keep your eye on it. Okay, because Biden's got his eye on it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay? 100%. When you got the top people in New York City, you know, and I go to New York a lot, guys. Y'all know who I am. Hey, here we are. We're live. Okay, here in about, looks like about 3 minutes, I'm going to start talking in real language. Okay, here, go ahead and get this one ready. And then we're done. We're going to sit here and we're going to talk. I want everybody to be involved. We're going to talk about a few things tonight. This is going to go a little bit longer. I want you to know how I feel politically. Okay, then we're going to talk about drug addiction. But it looks like we're down to 3 minutes.
You can only do 18 minutes on this phone.
I can only do 18 minutes on that one, so don't even turn the damn thing on. Save the power. Okay.
No, I mean that's how much memory you got in there. You only got 18 minutes left.
I better eliminate some shit here again. Okay, people, here we are, 6:57. Now I want everybody to go back, get a drink. Okay, go to the restroom. Okay, and I want everybody to be engaged tonight. Okay, because I'm engaged every single day. I want you to remember that. Okay, and for those that are just joining in that have not met me or have just started following me on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I mean, my name is Bob Quick. I'm a recovering addict. I've been clean coming up on 20 years. Okay, and I do talk about the drug addiction, but what I got out of that drug addiction was 36. And you heard that number right. A big 360 heart procedures. I've been cracked from stern to stern. Okay. I got a pacemaker right here. It runs me. You see that thing? That's where I had one of them iPods once and I lost the damn thing. And see, here it is. Okay. I have fun. Okay. And I want you guys to have fun too tonight. Okay. This is what this is about. It's the learning experiences of people learning about addiction. What addiction can do is, I'm an ex-addict and I'm a parent. Okay. It says swipe something here to view the contents of something. Hey, Janice, thank you. I can't name everybody. Iron, user Lala, Kenneth, thank you for everybody for joining us. Last week, I think Joe had over, how many did you have last week?
500.
500. I mean, that's 500 people that learned something. And she has one hell of experience. I got the old experience. She's got the new experience. Okay. So here we go. 6:59, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this thing. Okay. You know how we open it. Okay. We're Americans. We believe in the flag. We believe in the money that's in my wallet that says, in God we trust.
Right.
So what I do every time is a prayer. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell this story every single time. Stockton, Texas. Okay. Fire meeting. Stockton, Texas, 2013. They opened that meeting with prayer. That's how we should open everything. Dear Jesus, as we bow our heads tonight, we ask thou for guidance and for us to be able to forgive. That's a big thing with addiction is forgive. We need to forgive like Jesus did. Dear Heavenly Father, tonight as we talk, we want people to learn. We want them to be involved. We want them to be able to save their loved ones or themselves. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Well, let's get on with it. You're going to hear me swear. I believe in Jesus. Believe me. I believe in my Heavenly Father. I wouldn't have started with prayer. I don't do that for bullshit. Okay. Now, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about my heart? You want to talk about addiction? What would you like to talk about? You want to talk about bicycle rides? Come on. Somebody out here tell me what you'd really like to talk about. Okay. I'm going to start it. Okay. I hear all these addicts out there. Okay, when I talk around town, I ain't never gonna change. I'm gonna die like that. That's when I lean forward and I tell you, son, ma'am, dying is the hardest thing you ever do. Period. I'm gonna tell you that. I've died twice. It is the hardest thing you will ever do. Okay. First time I was awake, second time I wasn't. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. Okay. I've told my story quite a few times all over the country. The day that I died, I was an active drug addict. So I want you all out there as parents and as active users, or even, you got a brother, a sister, a nephew, a cousin. Because let me tell you one thing, that little ping, when they go bang, there is an addict of some sort in every family. Okay. Every family. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you. It may not, bang, it's going to be there. Okay, it may not be you and your kids specifically, and hopefully you got a hell of a hold on that. Okay, because, man, you are a rarity today. Okay, but when you go bing cousins, there they are. We're what you call the black sheep, but we're the ones you call when you're getting shit. Think about that too. Okay, but I'm going to tell you about the morning or leading up to my death and my recovery, and then I'm going to give you some pointers as parents. Okay, I'm going to tell you, if somebody is an active addict, okay, and they're sitting there and they're telling you, I need this, I need that bullshit. If you're an active addict, you're lying to everybody. Number one, you're lying to yourself. The number one person that means the most, you're lying to. Okay, you're lying to yourself. Believe me, I ain't picking on the addict. I want you to join. I want you to learn something. I don't want you to get on this road. Believe me, it's a freaking hell of a road, man. 36 heart procedures I got. Yeah, and everybody's looking at you, you're buff as shit. Yeah, I am. Because I get up every morning, I go to that gym to fight. Because I want to live another day to help someone else. That's what it's about. I found out somebody told me I was actually bitching one day. Okay, I've been doing this Bob Quick's journey thing for 10 years. I've had wonderful trips. I've got to talk all over the place. Neat old truck, lots of bicycle shit. But I told them, I says, you know what? I really like to make some money at this. That person looked me in the eye and he said, Bob, you started out Bob Quick's journey because you wanted to help people. Helping people sometimes you don't make money. So I've basically put myself to the fact now that I can make no money on it, but I'm going to help everyone else along the way. And I believe that's what our Savior wants me to do. Now, let me tell you how bad addiction is. And I really mean this. Um, you don't realize as parents, adults, friends of addicts, you do not realize how bad that addiction is. And let me tell you, that addiction is so bad that the day I died, okay, I had just loaded up an 8 ball for anybody that's an ex addict, anybody that's active user. And I really want you active users to join in. If you've got friends that are active users, please, man, join us. Okay, because I want your input too. Because you're suffering, buddy. I want to help you. I want to help everyone. But remember this: you can't help people that don't want help. Okay, but back to me. As I was dying, okay, and this stuff started on a Friday. I couldn't mow. Had a pretty nice sized lawn care thing. Couldn't mow. Everybody else had to go do it for me. Okay, Saturday same thing. Couldn't mow. By Sunday, I'm looking out the window, and this is a guy that's pretty hardened here. Okay, drug addiction, everything else I've went through in life, really, really hardened. I looked out a window, and I saw my neighbors getting ready to go to church. And I've already been suffering for 3 days, pains in jaw, neck, arm. And you guys that have these pains, man, please go check. Okay, so I load up this 8 ball. I take a couple hits, and wife Julie, time we're divorced now. Uh, They said, I think you're having a heart attack. She's got, the Webster dictionary. She's looking at me. I think you're having a heart attack. I'm going to call the ambulance. I went outside because I didn't want somebody to smell anything in the house. So I walked outside and I'm sitting on basically, which was a toolbox out of one of my trailers. And I'm smoking on it. Okay. I mean, I'm a hoofing, buddy. Okay. We ain't talking about, I'm like a freaking cigarette guy just hotboxing that thing. Okay. I could hear the ambulance getting closer and closer and closer. As that ambulance cut the corner, I could see it. And here's the thing. I still wanted that hit. That is how bad addiction is. Okay. It's that bad. Okay. And I took this big old hit. And I set that pipe down underneath some landscaping bark. And I hit it. They pulled up. I finally had to exhale. The joke was that, oh my goodness, he disappeared in the cloud of meth smoke. And I did. Luckily, it cleared. Nobody got any of it. But I want you to think about that. That's how bad addiction was. I knew I was dying. I was going gray. But that was everything. But let me tell you one thing. When reality hit, when they loaded me in that ambulance, and the guy that was in the ambulance, really good paramedic. I mean, very, very good paramedic. To be on a life flight, he had to be very, very good. He worked on me. He got me back. But I did die. But as I was dying, I want you to think about this. I'm in the ambulance. I'm looking out the back window, and I'm watching local landmarks go by, and I'm thinking, man. And I knew. I could, when they're saying the blood pressure's dropping, boom, 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 you can hear all this. I literally closed my eyes. And the first time since being a kid, and believe me, I was raised in Black Hollow, Pennsylvania. I was raised pretty religiously, real Christian, really, really, pounded into me by my grandparents. First time in a long time, I bowed my head and I prayed. I said, please not like this. Please not like this today. My biggest fear had come a reality that I was ODing and dying. And that, my friend, is the hardest thing you'll ever do. You gasp for breath. Okay, I'm one of the few lucky ones that have survived a widowmaker. Okay, not everybody gets to do that. Okay, so I figured that I was put here to educate other people, not just with the heart, but also with the drug addiction. I died on the way there. They will admit to 3.5 minutes. According to what I understand, it was a lot longer than that. From the time I coded in Riverdale till they got me into triage room 3, I believe it was, right off of the port where they bring me in. They worked on me rigorously. And that's not only thanks to the paramedics that saved me that day, uh, it's also thanks to some very amazing doctors and nurses and staff at Intermountain Healthcare. Okay, I was flatline. Okay, I was done. Dr. Jack Lassiter started on me and didn't give up. Okay, and brought me back. Now, the next question I know everybody's going to ask is, you were dead. Did you see anything? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Okay. I saw everything they were doing to me in real time. Okay, I spent 7 days in ICU in a coma. Okay, after this. They know there's going to be brain damage, what. But when I came to, there was a few things that were different. Number one, my attitude was completely 100% different. And those of you that knew me before knew that I had a speech impediment. I stuttered. And I'd say Bob, and it'd go on for 10 minutes. That's no joke. That's the real deal. I woke up from that and I can talk and articulate like I do today. Okay. Nobody can believe it. My own family, no way. It's true. I mean, you can ask my daughter sitting right here behind me, baby, is it real?
Yep.
Yeah. You can ask anybody else, Blair out there, my bro. I mean, a lot of my other friends. But I'm going to tell you how bad addiction is. Uh, I came back for that pipe. Remember on my previous day, I told you I wanted drugs. And I kept you on suspense. Okay, I got a little hair hanging down here. Yeah, I still have hair up here. It's up there. I did come back for that pipe. I broke that pipe. I just literally picked it up from that landscape and it shattered. And I've never went back. I've never relapsed. Okay, so it was 2004. So since 2004 until it will be a year ago, it will be 1 year, April 20th of this coming year. It's the first time in 1 year I've stayed off the table longer than 6 months. Okay, I got some hereditary in there, but I blame a lot of it on the drugs. Okay, everybody I know I got high with, and my drug of choice was meth. I mean, I love the meth. I mean, smoking that freaking pipe like she was a freaking freight train. You even really love me, yeah. Look at me, I'm all scarred up. But hey, Caden, how are you? It's my buddy son, absolute rock star. I hope you're doing really, really good in school, buddy. Okay. But I want you all to remember that the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Those that joined last week know about Jill. She sat and she talked for like 45 minutes. Okay. So, as I reiterate every week, when a parent, okay, was a drug addict, the chances of your kids being a drug addict is pretty much inevitable. There's going to be a few that don't, but it's going to be pretty much inevitable. Okay. I have finally, at first, I didn't want to think that. It wasn't me as a good dad. I went to vacations. I did that. That's a shitty dad. Come on. I did drugs. I got high. Okay. I hid it from them. I stayed in my garage. I stayed downstairs with my dad. Okay. And hid it from everyone. Okay. I will never forget in the hospital, I'm laying there in the bed, families around, everybody. And some people didn't know that. I mean, some people did, some people didn't. Okay. Uh, but as I look back and I look at the whole picture, God, how could you not see it? For real. How could you not see it? Here I'm 221 pounds. Normally I should be about 203 to 205. Okay, I was down to like 165, 168. I mean, how could you not see it? But those parents out there that struggle, that were addicts and now your kid's an addict, you have to remember this. They're doing what you taught them. I'm taking responsibility. I hope you will take responsibility too for what your actions are. Okay, it's part of the recovery process. It really, really is. You have, no matter how you slice this pie at the end of the day, you have to admit you did wrong. Okay, you had to. You have to. You did drugs. Your kids found out. Okay, and you hid it. I mean, the big joke was when I sat and talked to Jill, all their friends, everybody knew it. Okay, everybody knew it. They didn't know exactly what. We thought Dad's out there smoking on pot. A lot worse than that. Okay, but I was one of them parents that I tried to keep my kids from knowing. But everybody's still hospital, and here walks in PMA Scott Jensen. Scott was the wake up call for me. Okay, he looked right down. I just woke up. Everything. He says, Scott Johnson. Scott Jensen. He says, I'm really, I'm going to go over some things with you. But the number one thing I want to tell you: if you ever do drugs again, you're dead. He says, go ahead, have some more meth, some more pot, have this, have that. He says, you'll die. That's a wake up call, especially after what I just went through. Okay, but that gene that I have in me, and it is a gene, they've proven that now. I passed on to my kids. See, and when I take accountability, you really have to take accountability, okay? Because they did what they were taught. You know, Daddy here was a drug dealer, everything. I mean, I did it all. I had a business, but to support my habit, I sold drugs. Okay, and let me tell you, I could be your next door neighbor, and you wouldn't even know it. Okay. I restored classical cars. I did all kind of stuff in my garage. In the winter, I had a nice lawn care business. I made money, but I sold meth to subsidize my habit. Okay, and then you think everything's going good, then one day, boom, it's out of control. It really is, and that's when you yourself, you know you've screwed up, and I'm going to tell you why.
Come.
Red, come here. Red. She decided to walk off. We're in the library. No, she's right here. Okay. But you got to take some responsibility. You really, really do. Because you taught your kids. It's just, it's any addiction. Okay. It's any addiction. Okay. If you're an alcoholic, if you're a drug addict, any kind of addiction that you've exposed your kids to, you're responsible for. It's you. That's why I didn't give up and chill. And believe me, I wanted to give up on Conrad so bad, but
Come on.
I think a good ass beat was in store for him.
Come on, Dad.
That's what I think. But anyhow, we'll talk about that later. But I taught them that.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't know it and I tried to hide it from them, I taught them that. Because I sit back and I talk to my adult children and they say, well, Dad, you were the badass, boom, 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 you did this, you did that. You had these, you had this, you had that. But what do I have now?
Heart problems.
That's what I have. Heart problems. Okay.
Don't.
You can have.
Down.
You're only gonna.
Down.
You're gonna get out of life what you put into it. And let me tell you one thing. For the first 44 years, I put drug addiction first. I always worked in everything, but I put drug addiction first. Now I've been putting everything else first, including you. Okay. Like I've been telling people, I'm going to have people come on and talk about drug addiction. Next week, I'm going to have a very special guest. Very, very special. Okay. That you guys are going to absolutely love. Okay. I'm actually going to step out of that damn camera and we're going to let him talk about his road to recovery. Okay. So that's, I give you little things here and there. As you all know, I've had a stroke. So I try to go off of the thing that we've done here. Let me stay back on track. Okay. Now, as a parent, okay, you can't get pissed at your kid. You can, but you have to also look. You did this. If you were a drug addict parent, you did this. Okay. For those of you that sit back and never did anything, I pity you. I really do. This is going to be a very, very hard, rough road for you. Okay. Because you've never experienced what somebody like me has. Okay. That's why when I hear these counselors, they have master's degrees and shit. Okay. But never done a drug. You don't know jack shit. I don't give a shit if you got a doctor's degree, a master's degree, even a bachelor's. You don't know shit because you've never done it. You're what they call a bookworm. Everything out of a book. Okay, I don't do bookworm. I don't do snowflake. I don't do fairy dust. Okay, we all know that. Okay, so take responsibility for what you did. Okay, I have. Okay, and that's why I'm sitting here telling you. Now, here's the one thing I never did, and I do have friends, and I do get people when I talk that on the side they tell me they did drugs with their kids. Never did that. Okay, I can say that. Never did that. I'm very, very blessed there. But they do find out. And then they hear from here, especially, okay, if now I want you to put this in perspective here. Okay, if your kids are friends with your other friends and you guys are addicts, you think these kids ain't talking. They're talking. Okay, they probably know more about you and your habits than you actually do. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay, because their problems started with you. Me. Right there's the finger. I'm pointing it. Okay, that's where it started for all of my kids. It started right here with me because you're supposed to be a role model, and I failed. Okay, so now I've got to make up for that. Okay. Yeah, Chris, I'm definitely teaching them how to be clean and sober. But let me tell you, I put them through hell. I'm going to tell you that right now. I really did, and I have to look back at that, what I put them through. But thank you, Chris. I really, really appreciate you. I mean, that's what I want everybody to do. Join in. Uh, Give me your feedback. Okay. But I do want you to remember as a parent, um, they're going to give you every excuse in the book. Okay, I give every excuse in the book to my children. Oh man, Joe tried to do card drop when I can't get. See if your friends will give you a ride to school, even though you promised them the night before. But you've been up for 3 days and you can't even keep your eyes open. Think about that. Okay, I've went through my whole life and thought about everything. Um, I really honestly believe that you've got to put a lot back. Okay, um, I have been blessed. Okay, um, to live. I'm going to tell you that after 36 heart procedures, being dead twice, and more like 4 or 5 TIAs. Okay, you can see some damage on this side. Okay, and the other, I'm just getting old. Shit, but you've hurt your kids, just like I did. Okay, now like I said again, those parents that's never done drugs, okay, right there, dude. Honestly, um, but educate yourself through people like me. Okay, if you think your kid's doing drugs, I guarantee you know somebody, whether it was from high school or something. Reach out to that person, or point blank confront your kid. Okay, and remember, this is something I really want you to remember, and I truly believe in this. Okay, if your kid lives in your house, there ain't no privacy. You can take that privacy and you ram it right up your ass. Okay, you're in their house. Okay, I expect you. If you think your kid's on drugs, piss on their privacy. They're in your home. Your home. It has your name on it. They don't make the payment. You go in that room. And if you find drugs in that room and you love your kid, call local PD. Get them over there. Okay, and do it. Okay, because if you don't, it's going to keep progressing and progressing and progressing. Okay, till it's completely out of control. Remember, you did it. For those of you that didn't, but those of you that are drug addicts, you know what your kids are doing, or were drug addicts. You know what your kids are doing. It's time to roll back. It's time to get real. It's time to make you made some mistakes, which I did. Okay, and fix things. Okay, I mean I love to talk, especially like drug court stuff like that, rehabilitation places, because and what I really like to do is talk to parents. Okay, because parents need some tools And believe me, there are tools out there in the community. Okay, our kids may be older and we can't get all the info and we can't do this and we can't do that. Okay, but we can do things. Okay, don't shelter them. Okay, if they've got warrants and stuff, don't keep them home. I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, I can't turn in my own kid. Do you love your kid? Because I'm going to guarantee you this much. If your kid's got a warrant and they're staying in the basement and his buddies are coming by, he's getting high. Or she. They're getting high. Okay, the worst thing I've ever had is I had a friend call me and they found their kid. Think about that. This is somebody that knew their kid was an addict. They dabbled. Okay. Sent the kid to rehab. And this is when I say go through their room. That kid had stashed a couple pills. Oxycontin. He decided to do them pills. Dad's waiting for him. He thought he was going to have a wonderful time. They're going out. Okay, they're going to go do something together as father and son. He's been downstairs a long time. Long time. But Dad figures, man, he'll go down and check on him. Water's still running in his room. Hey, you okay? You okay? No answer. He walks in to find his son dead with the needle still in his arm. Think about that. Imagine finding your own kid. Okay? Imagine that. So it's very important, like I said, about the going and checking their room. It's very, very important. And another thing is when you turn them in, please don't feel sorry. You did the right thing. Okay, believe me, you did the right thing because they're going to get some help. Stay with them. Okay, don't be one of these parents where, oh, it's your responsibility. They're going to have classes at night. Go to these classes and learn a few things. I have. Okay, I've learned forgiveness, tolerance, and I've learned to take responsibility, okay, for the things I've done. Okay, and I expect other people to do the same. Okay, my perfect hell no, dude. Not even far from it, man. We'll go into the next one at another time. But one of the big things is they're going to lie to you to get high. So when they come to you and they say, hey, can we bum $20? For what? We need some gas. For what? I'm going to go see my friend. You got a job? You got a job interview? I mean, that's when you give gas. Okay? Or you take them to the job interview. Because what they're doing is they're getting $20. And this, I know this one for a fact from up in the Ogden area and up on the hill there, where all you good people are up in the hill. Them little kids of yours, they take money and they all pitch it together. Okay? And then they'll take a car, they'll put some gas in, just enough to get them there back. And they'll either go to Salt Lake, okay, or the number one spot around here. And I don't give a shit what you people think, okay, about what I'm about to say. Is the Maverick on Washington Boulevard. I mean, where the hell is that thing? In between freaking, it's on Washington, I believe.
Like 7th or something.
No, 20, 30, something like that. Okay? I sat there and I saw more drug deals going down than you could imagine. And OPD, you guys should be down there checking on this because you got a high school right behind it. Charter school, but it's a high school. Okay, and you got active drug dealing going on in the park. Okay. Now back to when your kid gets locked up, which is eventually going to happen, and the sooner the better, because the longer they're out there in active addiction, it's going to be harder to bring them back. Okay, each year it gets harder and harder and harder, and then once they've been to jail so many times, and you have enabled them, and what I mean by enabled them is going ahead and I'm gonna light this guy here. Let me see. Jill take care of that. Okay, but when they go to jail, don't give them money. Because I want to ask you something seriously. And this is for the parents that's done 2 or 3 times trips with them. Okay, maybe more than that. Maybe they've already been to prison a couple times. But right before they went, they're at their lowest. They're at least 20 to 40 pounds off normal weight. They look like shit. They're picked up. Okay. Now this I want you to think about this. So they go to the jail and they come out with 20 pounds more than what they should have weighed. Let's say they went in at 200. They should normally weigh about 260. Should take about 300. So when they tell you they ain't eating and they need money on their books and they want to call you and they want a tab. I mean, they give them tablets now. No tablets, no nothing. Okay, that's called punishment timeout. Let them sit there. Go visit them halfway through their incarceration. If they got 4 months, go to 2 month mark. Tell them I'll piss jar. Tell me exactly how you feel. And 2 weeks before they get out, go in, and I want you, as a parent, to seriously go down. Okay, seriously go down. Hey, how do I invite people? I got Ken Wagner, and for me now, wanting to join, and I'm gonna have to get Jill. I'm sorry, guys. I've had the stroke, so there's certain things I can do. I keep hitting the invite. I'll have Jill look at here in 1 minute. But when they go into jail, they don't need ramen noodles. They don't need this. They don't need that. They feed them 3 squares a day. Okay, they'll be okay. Believe me, I don't care what jail. These guys are pretty good. Most of the time. Every once in a while, it's just like anything. You're going to have a bad somebody that's bad. That mistreats people, stuff like that. But that's part of life. Okay. So, on the road to addiction, when you go at that 2 week mark, you need to tell them. Number 1, I'm very pissed. Number 2, I always love you. No, don't put always. Just say I love you. Okay, we're going to scratch the always. Because at one point you're going to tell them I don't love you. Okay, because you're going to be pissed. Okay. But you're going to tell them. You're going to take them to rehab. And they're going to do that rehab. And if they don't do the rehab, there has to be consequences. For you parents out there that, well, they're 30 years old, they're 25, they walked away from the rehab. So why in the hell are they living in your house again? Come on. You are part of the problem. Okay. And I did the same thing. Okay. But I don't know more. Okay. I'll pity you the first couple times. But after that, you ain't shitting on me a third time. Okay. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay. So I want you to think about that. Do not encourage them. And you are encouraging them. Okay. If you got somebody in prison and you guys that are going to prison, okay, this is right to you. Become a fucking man. Okay. Become a fucking man because you ain't a man. Okay. When you go up and you demand money to be put on your books because you're a loser. Okay. That ain't nobody's fault. That ain't your sister's fault. That ain't your mother's fault. That ain't your brother's fault. That ain't your father's fault. That especially ain't your grandparents' fault. Okay. You went to prison, get a fucking job. Okay. They got jobs in there. Okay. Instead of sitting around on pads. Okay. That's what I think of that shit. Okay. I believe in tough love. Okay. And for you parents who want to coddle, go ahead and coddle them. I mean, honestly, and I've said this many, many times that if you do not take control of the situation will take control of you. And it would literally eat you alive. Literally eat you alive. Because when you hear that phone ring in the middle of the night and you go, shit. And you're trying to get up and get your eyes open. And you look at it, it says restricted. It's always going to say restricted, just so you know. Okay, it's going to say restricted. Okay, and there's a reason it says restricted. Okay, because the guy on the other end does not want you to have his number. That's going to be your local sheriff, local PD, maybe the morgue. Okay, but that's what happens. Okay, if you don't take control of the situation. And let me tell you, in today's society, you hear of they tried it one time. I'm sorry, I don't buy that 100%. Okay, you may give me 80% on that one, but you ain't gonna give me a full 100% because, I was a teenager once too. I remember. Okay, but I want you guys to remember there is fentanyl out there that one, and you're gone. And that's what these people are doing. They're crushing them up. They're putting them on freaking tinfoil and smoking this shit. Okay, those that are watching that are inactive, you want one of these? Okay, this is like your ankle bracelet for life. This is my ankle bracelet for life. This is it. They can track me anywhere they want. Okay, I'm wearing red for Trump, baby. Okay, now let's go into some political shit. Who wants to talk political shit? Like that. Hey, how do I invite these? Here, I'm going to turn this so you're going to be able to see Jill. I got all these people. Let me invite them to want to get on there. How do I do that?
Well, it depends on, because it looks like
Jill's trying to figure it
these
out.
people that are trying to invite you on are probably trying to battle you or some crap.
They can battle me all they want.
All right.
Go ahead. Let's battle. She's getting this thing going, so she says they probably want to battle me. Battle me. I'm the one with the experience. I'm the one with 8 pages on Yahoo and Google. What the hell do you got? And I don't give a shit about your master's degree. Remember that. I really don't. I don't give a shit about that.
Well, let's see if they send you a thing. You just whatever.
I'm still live here.
You're live, yeah.
Okay. I'm still live here. Hey, we're trying to get you guys up. I mean, she has tried everything.
No, you gotta wait for them to come back because they just invited. They try to battle.
I don't want to battle with nobody. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay. If you come on here and you have a different opinion of mine, I'll listen to it. Okay. I have no problem with that. Okay. When I was in school, see, that was a long time ago. Okay. We actually had debate teams. But remember this when you try to debate me. Okay. You may have your master's degree and your doctorate's degree. But if you don't have real life experiences, pie hole right here. I mean, shut it. Okay. Shut it. Because if you don't have real experience, you shouldn't be here. Okay. I am talking to addicts and to parents. And I really want active addicts and ex-addicts because we can help each other. Okay. You don't have to agree with all of my things that I have to say. Okay. But I'm trying to get to a point. I'm telling you from my point of view. Okay. And believe me, I don't sugarcoat jack shit. If you don't like it, battle that. You can tell I really don't, you guys need to figure this. I just turned 63 years old. I'm in stage 3 heart failure. I'm in stage 3 kidney failure. Every day that I get to live is a freaking miracle. So every day I get to help someone, and I seriously do that. Those of you that I've helped, that I give a hug to, that people, that I reach out to, you know how many people I've got clean. Okay. Nobody understands. Purple, what is it? I can't read. I see 69. I hit this thing and it just won't let me invite you guys. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it next week. So please join in next week. I'm going to figure this out over the week. Okay. So we can actually divide up this screen and I can actually see what you look like. Okay. So we can help each other. Okay. But as I go ahead and I'm going to call her a night. Okay. We've been on here 37 minutes. Okay. I do want you to remember this. Okay. It's a very bad time in America. Very, very bad time. I ain't going to get political. Fuck that. Biden, you are the biggest, corruptest piece of shit in the world. And those of you that want to fight on that, let's go ahead and let's do this shit. Okay, because I can pull up more shit that shows this son of a bitch has been a liar since the day he got into office. And you guys really think seeing how old man is running the country? No, he's a puppet. They're stringing his ass. Okay, if you can't freaking charge him, then why is he still running the country? Just wondered that. Okay, so because this is for my TikTok family, because you guys know how I feel. It's fuck Joe Biden. Okay, fuck Camilla. Okay, you guys. I mean, you proved your worth. You lie. And that freaking bubble-headed clan muncher, Jean Pierre. Oh my God! I've never in my life seen a bigger liar that can look at people and lie. And by the way, those of you that want to stick up for Biden and his little freaking cronies, so she gets a DUI, and what happened? Poof, gone. Just like that cocaine at the White House, most secure place in the world. Can't figure out where the cocaine come from. But they found the cocaine on a weekend, and then comes the 4th of July. Okay, and here's Hunter on the freaking balcony. I used to be a drug addict. Hunter, you're a fucking drug addict. Active. Not recovering. My daddy's love. Bullshit. You're a spoiled little individual is what you are. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna quit with the bullshit, but you know, hopefully things will change. Um, and don't listen to mainstream media. They don't want to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've talked to a lot of people. I have a lot of friends. Those of you that don't think I'm full of shit, just go ahead and take 1 minute and pull up a side screen and Google my dumb ass, Bob Quick Sturdy. You can see how many people I know where I've been. I've had people I rode that damn freaking border. So I've got firemen, I've got police friends, and we've been talking. I got pictures. I mean, it's real. Okay. Katie Hobbs, you shouldn't be freaking the government. I mean, come on here. I mean, how much corruption? I mean, here you got the district attorney of New York City releasing people. Okay. Because what I don't understand is what part of illegal don't people understand? Okay. Now it's immigrants, asylum seekers. Now it's newcomers. Right there. They ain't newcomers. Okay. It's an invasion. Okay, 10 million people. You don't open up your borders. Okay, Biden should be charged with treason along with Kamala Harris. Okay, along with the rest of your cronies. Okay, because what you've done to the American public by opening them doors, you know, and you can't even say her name. Okay, you released your DA in New York released a guy. He goes to freaking Georgia and rapes her and kills her. No, this ain't the first one. There've been like 4 in the past freaking 30 days, but they don't want to report on that because it isn't in their agenda. Now remember, for those of Vietnam vet era, y'all remember Hanoi Jane, okay, and her husband, okay. Most of the news agencies, everything else, are owned by 3 entities. Them 3 entities are all together. They don't want to tell you the truth. But remember, watch the stock market. I ain't going to bullshit on that one. Watch the stock market. She's getting ready to do a crash. Okay, all you people that believe in Biden economics, okay, everything is up. I forget how many percent. I think it's like 80%, okay, on pretty much across the board now. In Utah, just from year to date, it's $700 more a month just to live. Okay, and that ain't eating out. Okay, fuck Joe Biden. I love it. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I've said enough. You all know how I feel. I mean, I ain't going to hold anything back. Another thing, Mitch McConnell, your old ass needs to be gone. That's just so you people don't think I'm just picking on the Democrats. It's both sides of the aisle. Okay, when you can go in there and you're worth X amount of dollars and you walk away and you're worth hundreds of millions. I forget who said it, but if you work for the government and you become wealthy, you're a crook. Okay, it ain't meant to get wealthy. Okay, it's meant to serve the public. Okay, so it's both sides of the aisle here. Here in Utah, we got Mitt Romney. Good morning, my ass. Okay. Why do you think he voted against seeking about Hunter and the truth about what do you call it, Ukraine? Okay, because his son was part of Burisma too. Okay, people start doing homework and see who's representing you, and what they're doing is putting their kids and people that they know in power that are going to protect them. Okay, so that's all I got to say right now. Okay, Red's over here. We're out of here. All of you people, this is my service dog, Red. She's my heart-trained dog. So if I go freaking into cardiac arrest, she starts barking, huh?
Yep.
So I must be getting a little anxious because she's whining. Okay, so everyone, big hug. Out of here. We're going to say prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for joining us tonight, and hopefully we enlighten some people. A few people got to learn. And we say these things humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. And as we go on our week until next week, we ask thee to look over each and every one of us and our families. And we say these things humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Okay,
Amen.
Everyone have a good night. Yeah, and I am religious, and I do swear a lot. Okay, but you know what? I had a bishop once tell me, you know what, Bob? I'd much rather have that whole pew filled with guys that smoke than have that whole pew filled with people that were just coming because it was a social standing in their community. Think about that. Okay, y'all. Have a good night. Bob out of here. Love y'all. Everyone have a good night. Remember, it ain't what you can do for yourself. It's what you can do for someone else. So reach your hand out tomorrow, okay, and do this, okay? Everyone, we love you. Have a good night. Remember, they're your kids. Okay, remember that. Okay, so Buff Boy out of here. Yep, that's Jeff's shirt there. Okay, so support Jeff. Okay, giving a hand. Okay, love y'all. Everyone have a good night. Bob out of here. Bye bye.
Hey, Red looks like a person, huh?
Okay, I think he set that right. Or what do you do?
Turn it off. Can we turn this one off?
In live video. Okay, there we go.